Hey everybody, Alex Witzpollock here, back at it again, just clearing out the Sunday night inbox and coming back at you with some thoughts of mine. Before we hop in, I don't know if you noticed some new Continuum swag. If you're going to be out at the ISA show or Blue Hawk show coming up in the next 30-ish days, stop by the booth. We can get you one of these shirts. In other news, we have some big news coming out tomorrow. Two new hires, two new team members joining the team, which is gonna be released on LinkedIn. We'll put it out there. I am thrilled because I don't think we could have gotten any two better people for the role that are joining us, and I think many of you may even know who they are. They've spent years in distribution manufacturing, solving automation issues. So super, super pumped to have them join the team. Can't release it yet. It's going to come out tomorrow morning. As I went through my inbox, there was a theme this weekend that kept popping up. And the theme that I saw was acquisitions and mergers. And the acquisitions and mergers, I mean, look, this has been going on for quite some time, right? The rate of acquisition is speeding up, and it's probably not going to slow down, right? The competition is so hard to compete with right now. It's just the rich get richer and the poor get poorer when it comes to distribution. The economies of scale that you get inside of a distribution business, it's cheat codes. It's the reality of it. Your operational efficiency can get higher. The gains that you get out of a project, you don't need to see ROI nearly as quickly. The bigger you are, you can make more speculative investments. As a distributor, the bigger you are. But here's the reality. You're either going to be on the winning side of being acquired or the losing side of being acquired, right? Like you're either trying to get out from underneath what you're in and the position that you're in. So you're trying to do a fire sale, or you're in a prime position and you're going to maximize whoever's involved in that family, whether it's private equity or family owned, you're going to maximize your value on that acquisition. But either way, whether you're on the acquiring side or being acquired side, you need to position yourself to maximize shareholder value. Right? It's no different than any other industry. Whether you're publicly traded, not publicly traded, software business, distribution business, we all need to do the same thing. Maximize shareholder value, right? So it's pretty simple. What I think is if you're going to break it down to some of the biggest aspects that are the differences between companies, specifically distributors, that maximize their shareholder value and ones that don't, is aligning and partnering with their trading partners. The relationships that they have, the strategies they employ, and the practices they entail with their trading partners. Trading partners are on two sides. Their customers, specifically, right? People that buy from them, and this, I think this is the one that's more frequently forgotten about, their manufacturers. There's one specific thing as I was going through this and thinking through and watching these acquisitions, right? You saw Blazer Electric get acquired in the electrical industry. You saw Bunzl make some acquisitions in the PPE paper space. You saw, I think there was 23 distributor acquisitions and another 7 manufacturing acquisitions that happened in February alone in the reports that I was seeing. One thing that I see from a distributor consistently on the winning side of acquisition is strength in the relationship with their trading partners on the vendor side. Okay. I believe that short-sighted distributors are losing. And what I mean by that and short-sighted is distributors who are fearful of a manufacturer going around them and taking their customer. If the manufacturer really wanted to do that, if they really, really cared about your end user and wanted to go around and do that, around you and do that, they could go do it tomorrow, right? So these distributors who are not embracing the channel, who are not saying, you know what, I want to enact and employ and enable and deploy practices that are taking my manufacturer and actually putting them front and center with my end users, and how do we drive these strategies through my business? Those are the companies that are losing. Those are the companies that are not maximizing value. The distributors that are winning right now are the distributors who are saying, how can I get tighter with you, Mr. Manufacturer? How can I be of greater value to you, which in turn will obviously drive more revenues for me? Now, you can't do that with every single one of your vendors. It's not possible, right? You spread yourself too thin, and you're going to get a very thin peanut butter toast, and it's not going to be great, right? So you need to be selective in your vendors that you're going to do this with. But the distributors that are winning are saying, how can I strengthen my relationships? How can I deploy best practices from manufacturer through my organization to my end users? And they maximize value. And these manufacturers, as you know, they all have dollars to keep promoting promotions and programs within your business. And so how do you organizationally align the right actions, the right activities to go deploy that? And I think, there's so many areas that we could dive into that are separating top performers from bottom performers. But when you look at these acquisitions, and the ones that are on the winning side and the ones that are on the losing side, the winners consistently have very, very strong relationships with vendors, right? And they're working together with their vendors on programs, from supply chain automation to sales pull through and providing data back and follow through. And the manufacturers are pushing data down, and the distributors are using it. And so there's a lot that we could boil this down to, but I think the strength in the supply chain and not looking at this as you versus me and I own the customer and this is my business, I think that mindset is short-sighted, and it's going to put you on the losing side of acquisitions. So that was my biggest thought as I went through the just scrolling emails, looking at kind of some of the updates from the last week, and particularly February, and the number of acquisitions. So as you look at this week, I would say, what can you do this week, this month, that is going to strengthen your relationships with your manufacturers and bring pull through to your end users? Because you're all in the same game. You're all trying to deliver a great customer experience, because if the manufacturer falls short or you fall short, the customer doesn't care which one of you it is. They just don't. Right? You're synonymous with the brand at that point. So you have to have great experiences back with your supplier vendors, supplier trading partners, because it's a synonymous supply chain. So those are my Sunday night thoughts, and super excited for tomorrow's announcement. You're going to see 2 big team members joining the team, and things keep cooking here at Continuum.